You're watching Weekend at Gabe's, and I'm Weekend Gabe. This latest episode was brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our code WATG for an exclusive 15% discount when visiting their site. Tell them I sent you. Now enjoy the show. Yo, broadcasting live to you and yours. It's Weekend Gabe holding you down on this Thursday night, May 26, 2022, right here on Weekend at Gabe's. We got a huge show going down. Of course, it's Thursday night, so you know it's Thursday Thunnies. We only bring the best and finest in comedy, and Celia Gonzalez is going to be joining us, our first Latina comedian here on the Weekend at Gabe's. Look at that, we're breaking barriers almost 2 years into this show. Who says that we don't do big things around here? And then coming up at 8:10, we're gonna have Nashville's finest, Cassette Lunsford, who has a new single dropping tomorrow. So we're gonna get a bit of a sneak preview into that. So a lot going down. Give us a follow on these socials at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, at The Real Sam Crane, and the Ghetto Flower. And don't forget to use our code WATG for 15% off all purchases of $50 or more on the GhettoFlower.com website. The Real Sam Crane, how are you?
I mean, you didn't intro me at all, but you can give people discounts, I suppose. I guess that's cool. Breaking barriers on this show years into it, but you still can't give me a proper intro, but that's all I'm gonna give you for that. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Listen, I'm excited about this three-day vacation. Some of us get 3 days, other people do not.
Certain motherfuckers have to work on Monday, but that is what it is.
Hey man, listen, someone has to do the stuff that no one else wants to do. You know, I'm sorry. I've been there. It's not that I haven't lived that life before, but you know, you got to level up. But I'm looking forward to that, and then looking forward to the trip next week. LA Gabe, you know, it's gonna be holding you down. There you go.
Yeah, this is probably a good time to tell the people that we are going to be off next week.
Yeah, for sure. LA Gabe will not be doing the show.
LA Gabe is a different breed. He likes palm trees and free.
Oh my God.
Reefer. That's about it.
Listen, I'm so excited. And for those who don't know, I was born in California, but I left at a really young age. So this is my first time back in 36 years. I mean, I'm not going home where
Never. 36 years you have not been to Los Angeles since.
I think I left. We left when I was like 4 or 5. I think I was in preschool at the time.
No, I'm saying like you just didn't go back for like, you know, just a random vacation. You never were like, hey, let's take the kids to Disney.
You don't know my parents, first off. No, they don't do shit like that. No. We did the Disney experience when we lived there, so we do have pictures of that. So it was like off the bucket list. We did that with the kids. We don't ever have to revisit that ever again. It's like, but no, I'm really excited to be back, or to get back in there. I've always wanted to return and even maybe, you know, pursue this career on the West Coast. So I'm really excited about next week. So follow us on the Instagram stories. I'm going to be posting a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to try to get out to see some music. We're going to get a Dodger game in, try to get some great food, and maybe hook up with some people. Mr.
And
Robotic.
Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Gabecation. Hashtag Gabecation. We love to see it.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to food, looking forward to the weather. Bought some brand new white tees because you know you can't go in there wearing like old white tees. You got to get a fresh one.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely rocking an old white tee tonight. So thanks for putting it on, guys. We're not even it's not even like 10 minutes into the show, and you're already ragging on me. It's time to get to what the people came to see. Weekend Gabe. It is time to get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower, whose Fresh Flowers podcast is available now on their website, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcast. The latest joint with Kalia X. You can find it everywhere right now. But ladies and gentlemen, that is not the news you came for. There is one man who is covering the news stories that you don't care about, and there's only one man who cares, and that is Weekend Gabe, and that's why. It's news that only Gabe cares about on this Thursday, May 26, 2022.
All right, let's get into it. Winnie the Pooh, you love him, I love him. And if you've been following the news, apparently someone hates him enough that they are going to make Winnie the Pooh into a serial killer sometime soon in an upcoming movie. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey turns children's classic into horror.
I got to be honest with you, Gabe. I'm incredibly excited.
You're looking forward to this?
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Because, and this is true, I truly love things that are currently in the public domain. Because your copyrights expire. Not exactly sure how the process works. Haven't done a lot of research. But
sure,
your copyrights expire, and all of a sudden, certain properties that have been under your umbrella for years, looking at you, Disney Corporation. But if you want to sponsor us, that's cool too. Winnie the Pooh is now public domain, meaning that people can do whatever they want with it. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And to anybody who is outraged, to anybody who feels like this is ruining their childhood, build a better mousetrap, guys. You want to make a Winnie the Pooh series? Guess what? It's public domain. You could do that right now. You could get to it. But somebody got there first, and I'm excited.
Yeah, that's
what I'm excited about, baby.
It's currently in production with director Reese Frake Waterfield. So good luck to that. I'm intrigued enough to want to see it, but I'm gonna be angry if it doesn't deliver at least some sort of level of quality. And right now, it feels like a lot of just shock, outrage at the idea of doing something like this. But I'm curious.
How could you lose? You create a lie so it's like Trump. You create a lie so big. How could you lose?
I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this is gonna go, but. Also, to take such a risk, you could be stamped with this level of failure for the rest of this director's life. So we'll see how this pans out. But
how horror movies work. You know how many bad horror movies get cranked out on a yearly basis, dude? This could fall either way. This could be surprisingly good, or it could be terribly bad. And as far as horror movies go, most of them are terribly bad. So
yeah, this huge fact.
That's okay.
All right. Well, let's keep it moving. Move to the music side. If you've seen the new David Letterman interviews, you've seen that there's a fresh batch that include Cardi B and David Letterman sitting down for an interview. So this touched off a nerve with Nori, the host of Drink Champs. And Charlamagne the God and the whole Breakfast Club kind of went to Nori's defense after a tweet bubbled that took shots at hip-hop artists who go to outside the culture, quote unquote, to get their interviews when they got people like Nori that could spend 4 hours with them unpacking the show.
Guys. Listen, Noreaga, wherever you are located, your show is not excellence by any sense of the imagination. You are an old man who interviews people and steadily gets drunk while doing so. Your questions get worse as the show goes on. The show is not all that compelling unless you have a compelling person on it. So I'm looking at you, Noreaga, and I'm saying right now, be better, drink less, do your job. If you want to be excellent at your job, be excellent at your job. If you want to do shitty interviews where you drink Hennessy, then do that. But don't complain about Zane Lowe and David Letterman, who are doing serious journalistic work because you wanted to drink Hennessy with Kanye West, bro. This is not, who cares about you, sir?
He seems so heartbroken by this that he came out and said he wasn't talking directly to Cardi B, but just in general. But David Letterman could do what Nori takes 4 hours to do in 45 minutes. And that's just because he has a huge interview skill level that Noreaga,
and
after 4 or 5 years
is not,
champs, he has mastered.
This next thing I'm about to say is not directed at Noreaga at all, but whoever the fuck is editing the Drink Champs videos, you suck at your job. I don't know who you are, where you learned to do this shit, but you're really bad at it. So be better. Be better. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, man, Drink Champs is not great.
Listen,
I understand.
I'm gonna say this at all, and this show included. Interview shows are not at a level of cultural relevancy where we can complain about anything. So if you find yourself running an interview show and complaining that you can't book the right guest, or your interviews suck, or the Chicago music scene is dry, well, be better or get the fuck out.
Exactly. He just seems so hurt that he didn't get the Cardi B interview before David Letterman. But, it's
Maybe
David.
she doesn't want to drink Hennessy with 40-year-olds. I don't think that's fucking crazy.
No, it's not. All right, let's get to our last news bit of the night. It's a sad one. Ray Liotta, the famed actor from Goodfellas, died at the age of 67. It was announced today. He died in his sleep. No foul play. Seems to be at work here. But listen, man, Goodfellas is one of my all-time favorite films. And also Field of Dreams.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, I watch it all the time, man. Look how good fucking looking that dude is. Stellar.
Yeah.
Man.
Back in the day, he was really...
I emphasize back in the day because like when I did watch, which is why I didn't use any current pictures because it doesn't really do justice to just how it just absolutely excellent this man looked at one point in his life. But man, I'm really bummed out about this, man. 67 is not old age, man. We just gotta take better yourself. Take better care of ourselves. Look at them next to the legends, to the gods. Really quick, some of my favorite films starring Ray Liotta, Field of Dreams, as I mentioned, Goodfellas.
Of course.
He was in Copland.
My girlfriend is from that town or the next town over from Dyersville, Iowa, where the Field of Dreams is located. Yeah, fun fact.
Copland, I just caught that last week for the 100th time. Operation Dumbo Drop. Shout out to Disney, man, getting those checks. Blow, I forgot that he was in that with current superstar, what's his name, who's on trial right now?
Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp, yeah. Narc, and then he also did the voice for Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yes. Man, that is a sleeper pick. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was Ray Liotta. You're dead ass right about that. Wow. Yeah, man. R.I.P. to Ray Liotta. He will be missed. And who could forget about his classic scene in Hannibal 2, where he eats his own brain? Hilarious.
Isn't he fed his own brain? Am I misremembering this?
I mean, he's fed his own brain, but he certainly eats his own brain. Cause and effect, Gabe. It's really nitpicky.
It is a little bit. All right, that's news that only Gabe cares about on this Thursday, May 26, 2022, man. Rest in peace to Ray Liotta. Noreaga, stop complaining. And then we'll see what Winnie the Pooh, if there's anything about that movie that is worth a damn.
Hey, I promise you right now is I am going to watch that film. I'm not going to pay to watch that film, but I will watch that film.
Thank you for watching the latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's on YouTube, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower. Make sure to also click on the links in the description for more information to our guests and access to exclusive new music from the Ghetto Flower and so much more. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the show and also continue to share, support, and show love by clicking on any of the links surrounding my head. Thanks for watching.